Lagos State set to generate power from solid waste as Governor Sanwo-Olu signs deal with Dutch firm. Federal government to establish 24 skills innovation hubs across the country. On the foreign scene, authorities in Papua New Guinea list about 8,000 people at risk as hopes for survivors of landslide fade. And in sport, Nigeria's Rivers Hoopers defeats US Monastir to clinch semi-finals ticket of Basketball Africa League. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State has taken major steps towards turning tons of solid waste generated in the metropolis to usable energy as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu formalized a partnership with a Dutch firm, Harvest Waste Consortium, for the construction of a high-efficiency waste-to-energy plant on a landfill. Governor Sanwo-Olu said the inadequacies of the current waste disposal practices in the state led to the sealing of the partnership to bring about innovative alternatives towards reducing environmental pollution, improving air quality, and stemming degradation and contamination of waste resources, of water resources that pose threats to the life quality in the state. He said the initiative would significantly reduce the environmental footprint of Lagos waste disposal methods, with the plant expected to trap about 550,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases emitted daily from the dump site. Governor Sanwo-Olu added that the project, which has over 25 years operational lifespan, would stimulate economic activities around the initiative while attracting major investments to the state and creating jobs. Speaking at the event, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, said the partnership created a new mandate for Lagos to seek solid waste management solutions, as the partnership would make the state turn its burden to wealth and create new value from waste conversion. Deputy Consul General of the Netherlands Consulate, Leonie van der Stil, said the partnership presented the possibility of international collaboration to solve local challenges, noting that Lagos, through the pact, became the first partner of the Dutch waste management. The initiative, the innovative waste management solution, is expected to take about 40,000 homes off the national electricity grid, as the technology would enhance energy security and diversification, generating between 60 and 75 megawatts of base load electricity annually. Over 3,000 Lagos youths have benefited from trainings provided by 4 different creative academies in collaboration with Lagos State Government to bridge identified skill gaps in the creative sector. Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Toke Benson Awoyinka, who stated these are the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja, noted that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has also approved another set of trainings for over 5,000 young men and women to run for the next 3 years. Benson Awoyinka said the Sanwo-Olu administration is committed to making Lagos a top destination of choice for local and international investors in entertainment and tourism. According to her, the ministry is planning to host major art enthusiasts to a week-long of activities showcasing dance, drama, targeting over 5,000 creative and curious persons from Africa, as well as partnership with Lagos Tourism Niger brand Chic for a trade fair, mainly focused on hospitality, expected to generate 5 billion naira in sales for small, medium enterprises.
Our journey in the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture is a testament to the boundless creativity and potential of our nation. I'm filled with gratitude for the unwavering commitment and the passion displayed by our team, partners and stakeholders in advancing the cause of tourism, arts and culture. Let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation and inclusivity as we continue to transform challenges into opportunities and dreams into realities. Together we build a legacy of cultural excellence that enriches lives, inspires generations, and leaves an audible mark on the world.
The Commissioner expressed government's commitment to the Lagos Film City project, promotion of water tourism, beach tourism through recovery of assets in Topo, Badagry, Lashe and Ecotourist beach resorts, with plans to hold an engagement forum with stakeholders in the hospitality sector to discuss initiatives and policies of government before the end of this month. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that the ministry during the year under review received the solo driver from London to Lagos, Belumi Nubi, and attended the 66th Annual Grammy Awards, recognizing the global impact of Nigerian artists and their contributions to the music industry, Nigeria's rich cultural heritage and vibrant music scene. Lagos State Government, through the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPSCA, has driven traders and shop owners within the Oshodi markets up to July 31 as deadline to remove all extensions and attachments built on shops or face sanctions. General Manager of LAPSCA, Bolahan Oki, gave the ultimatum during an advocacy and sensitization program put together in conjunction with the Oshodi Solar Local Council Development Area, LCDA. Oki said the state government is determined to bring environmental sanity to all nooks and crannies of the Lagos market by checking the illegal activities of shops and plaza owners who violate the physical planning laws of the state. He said no amount of resistance and intimidation by miscreants or ethnic coloration put in blackmailing the state from doing the needful can make the state government go back on its resolve to clean up the entire Lagos market of extensions and attachments. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has revealed that the federal government was spending 1 billion naira monthly to power the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. He stated this during the ministerial press briefing in Abuja to mark President Bola Tinubu's first year in office. According to Keyamo, the ministry is planning to reduce the heavy costs by investing in solar power systems. Keyamo explained that the ministry was bypassing the power distribution companies to buy electricity directly from the generating companies, saying that method would save the federal government about 300 million naira. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has promised to establish 24 skills and innovation hubs and entrepreneurship centers across the country. President Bola Tinubu announced this in Abuja during the commemoration of this year's Children's Day celebration with the theme Enhancing the Total Well-Being of the Nigerian Child Through Quality Education and Skills Development. The president said his administration had embarked on key transformative policies to create an environment conducive for learning across the country. President Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, Maria Mahmood, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the well-being and development of the Nigerian child. He said the federal government had established the National Education Data System, approved skills development for all levels of education, and teachers training in digital skills. And President Bola Tinubu is expected to attend a joint sitting of the Senate and House of Representatives in Abuja. The session at the House of Representatives chamber in the National Assembly is to mark 25 years of unbroken democracy. Billed to accompany the session with the president are former heads of state, party leaders, including governors and former political office holders. The president has been scheduled to open the National Assembly Library, named after him, within the complex. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has flagged off the distribution of farm inputs, farm implements, as well as agro-processing equipment to 40,000 smallholder farmers in the state. The items were distributed under the government's Back to Farm initiative. The flag-off ceremony was part of the programs lined up for the celebration of the governor's 1 year in office and took place in the Ikara local government area of the state. Sani Hubo said that Kaduna was the largest producer of ginger, maize, as well as tomatoes in the country, lamented that farmers suffered post-harvest losses, especially in perishable produce such as tomatoes. The governor vowed that his administration would visit revisit the restored tomato processing plant in Ikara to address the losses suffered by tomato farmers in the area and surrounding local governments. Now to foreign news. Papua New Guinea authorities say nearly 7,900 people living near the site of a deadly landslide are at risk as rock and debris continue to move down the hillside. An alert for potential evacuation has been put out, with the province officials saying the mountain remains very active. Rescuers say it is increasingly unlikely that victims will be found alive in the rubble, and the country's disaster agency says it fears about 2,000 people were buried when a mountainside collapsed last Friday. This is much higher than the UN's estimate of about 670 victims. Now, sport. Nigeria's representative at the ongoing 2024 Basketball Africa League BAL Rivers Hoopers BC on Monday night reached a first ever semi-final at the tournament after securing a 92-88 victory over former BAL champions US Monastir of Tunisia in the quarterfinal in Kigali, Rwanda. The result means Rivers Hoopers remains the first Nigerian side to reach the semi-finals at Africa's biggest club basketball tournament. Rivers Hoopers went into the quarterfinal clash on the back of consecutive defeats against US Monastir in the first final game of the Sahara Conference and Senegal's AS Douanes during the classification round at the BAL playoffs in Kigali, Rwanda. Rivers Hoopers will now take on Libya's Al Ali for a place in the championship game on Wednesday, 29th May. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supported 152 businesses and persons in the tech ecosystem under the Lagos Innovate program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State has taken a major step towards turning tons of solid waste generated in the metropolis to usable energy, as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu formalized a partnership with a Dutch firm, Harvest Waste Consortium, for the construction of a high-efficiency waste-to-energy plant on Ekpe landfill. The federal government has promised to establish 24 skills and innovation hubs and entrepreneurship centers across the country. We also told you that Papua New Guinea authorities say nearly 7,900 people living near the site of a deadly landslide are at risk as rock and debris continue to move down the hillside. And in sport, Nigeria's representative at the ongoing 2024 Basketball Africa League BAL Rivers Hoopers BC on Monday night reached a first ever semi-final at the tournament after securing a 92-88 victory over former BAL champions US Monastir of Tunisia in the quarter-final in Kigali, Rwanda. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.